Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is AJ, and this weekend I am going to be shooting a few things for DashFight. For those of you that don't know me, I have had the privilege, the honor, working for some of the most incredible, wonderful human beings on this planet, and they happen to play fighting games. And I was able to do that with teams like Evil Geniuses, Echo Fox. So this weekend, we are going to be going to sunny and hot Las Vegas, Nevada for EVO 2023. This one's a little bit of a weird one for me though, because this time around, I'm not gonna be with the team, and we're just gonna be going to EVO. We are gonna talk to a ton of new faces, new and old, at least from my perspective, and we're gonna show you what EVO is all about. We're gonna show you what EVO is like. For those of you that have never attended EVO, may or may not convince you to come out to Las Vegas. For me personally, this is only the third EVO that I've gone without a team since 2010. Yeah, 2010, and I've attended every EVO since then. So we'll head out. I'll catch you guys later.
So you want some story time? So I'll give you some story time. 2002, very first EVO, but I want you to pay very close attention to these two names right here, Jaewong and Tokido, right? Very first EVO, they were two of the very first winners, right? This will be important later. So between 2009 and I would say here, 2012, was when I started my career in esports with a little team called Evil Geniuses. You may or may not have heard of them, but this is around the time where like esports for fighting games started to kick off. Big teams started signing players. One of the most notable ones being Team Mad Cats, and they signed Japanese legends Daigo, Tokido, Mago, and they were without question the players to beat at any given tournament they attended. My time as a manager of EG started around here. I honestly don't even remember because it blurs in my head at this point. But in 2014 was the very first EVO that any of my players had ever won one, and that was Justin. It had been a really long time since Justin had won an EVO, so this one was really special for him. I'm not even going. Oh my God! Justin takes it! He takes it! He's got it! Unbelievable! I actually remember being on the main stage when Justin won. I was bawling my eyes out.
Mr. Justin Wong.
Hello.
So this is new.
It's not, I mean, not really.
No. This is new.
Oh, this booth?
This name right here, this booth, this is new.
Sometimes you gotta change the game a little bit.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, pretty much it's not content where I'm selling stuff. It's more of like creating YouTube content. I feel like in FGC, we don't have enough content where it's outside of like gameplay. I'm playing ranked match or I'm streaming from home.
Yeah.
So I want to do something where I'm like, hey, if you guys can do this, I'll give you a prize. I'll give you some money. So beating a boss, like, so for here, EVO, if you beat the general from Kaiser Knuckle, hardest boss of all time, I will give you $500. So that's like kind of the thing. We did this a few tournaments like Texas Showdown and CEO, and once we released the video, so much positive. It actually got me my first 1 million view video.
Off of that video? Damn.
Off of fighting Alpha 1 Akuma.
Off of fighting AI.
AI, not me, AI. Because I'm just watching people just get murdered, I'm commentating it, and yeah, it seems like people liked it. So it's also something where it's like, showcases the other members of the FGC community.
Yeah.
You know, people have been asking about it, and it seems like they want me to keep doing it. I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
And I feel like content boosts might be the, you know,
might be the wave.
I'm a trendsetter. What can I say?
How much would you credit your improvement to the game via attending these events?
Yeah, so because I attended like this is probably like my fourth or fifth EVO.
Yeah.
So and combo breaker and all that. Every time you go there, you have to play against people, and then also because you can see around, right? Like you have like thousands.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah. We have like thousands of players that are there. You come here, you play them, you play in tournaments, and after that you have the field, right? You can play anyone, you have casuals and all that. So you don't just play it online like with one person, but you're playing with like thousands of people. And I really appreciate what EVO is doing and Combo Breaker, what they're doing to make it happen, because it's not like every day that you see this type of caliber of tournaments.
Would you say it's brought a certain degree of happiness that you feel this improvement, that you meet all these other people that can teach you all these things? Like, how much of that has like been a part of your life?
It's my everyday life. I'm gonna tell you that. It's my everyday life. Even though I have kids, I have to take care of them, but I still make sure that this is what makes me happy, right? Fighting games. You have to be part of it, and this is something really something special.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right behind me over here is Project L. It's the first playable demo they have for the masses, and I'm telling you, it's taken over everything. Everyone that I've talked to so far, from players to just spectators in general, no one has said anything bad about Project L, and that's no shill. This game's gonna be great. Might not be out for a while. I mean, hell, it's still called Project L. There's no proper name for it yet. I talk to you about this like on a regular, like how incredible it's been and how like awestruck I've been. Like seeing your career like skyrocket to where it is now, right? One of the literal voices of Street Fighter 6, right? You and I have talked about this before, but I want the world to know how you really feel about being a voice of a game that you have loved since you were a kid.
I've had the full spiel with you, like especially when
Numerous
the game
times,
came out.
yes.
So, this is like the TLDR of it, to be honest with you. Obviously, it's a dream come true, but it's one of those things where it's like you're so concerned with like trying to do your best, on to the next job, I didn't actually really feel it until the game actually released, right? So when it hit me, I emotionally dropped like a ton of bricks. I'm not gonna lie to you, I legit cried when they did the announcement, and I was at work too. I was working, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this big announcement came out." A ton of people started hitting me up on Twitter. I sat at my desk and cried. So, not ashamed to admit it, dog. You know, I'm very secure about it, but yeah, it's a dream.
I actually, I'm sure you remember this, but I remember being on your stream the day Street Fighter 6 dropped and you were streaming. And I said, "Congratulations." And you were like, "It hasn't even hit me yet."
It hasn't. Even to this day, you know, people ask me the same thing. They're like, "Yo, how does it feel to be a voice in the game?" And I'm like, man, it felt like I was just like focusing on another commentary.
Yeah.
I never thought it would be of like this scale. Like, you know, when you talk about like goals that you have in life and your bucket list, you'll never be able to put something like this to this degree because you never thought it was possible.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like,
No, it totally does.
I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be a part of a franchise that pretty much shaped my identity and shaped my life.
Commentators are extremely important to fighting games. I mean, really just all of esports, right? They give all the background, all the storylines behind everything that you're watching, behind the sticks, if you will. And more than that, they keep things entertaining. They keep things fresh.
What do you seek? Like, what do you get? What do you personally get out of attending events, and what do you look for?
Just say the competition first and foremost. Like I said, I'm a competitive ass person, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But it's also like the passion that I get from this.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, like if you go to a sporting event, you being basketball,
absolutely.
you get in there with your people, the crowd's going crazy. It's, you know, or like if it's heartbreak, your heartbreak there with you too. You share that with people. Yeah. The camaraderie you get with sharing the passion that a lot of people get from these games is great. And with fighting games, especially at big major tournaments like this, whoever's on that stage is getting cheered for it. Yeah. You're never really going to hear a boo.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of passion. And at the end of the day, that's the best word for it.
It's your tribe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've even seen it where they're, heated sets, blah, blah, blah. And then 2 hours later, these guys are hanging out. They're having fun because it is a big family with a lot of these people.
Yeah.
If you just enjoy fighting games in general, chances are there's probably one fighting game that you really vibe with. If you go to EVO, there's a very real likelihood you'll run into somebody that'll want to play with you. But more importantly than that, you're craving competition, you're craving just friendly banter, a lot of smack talking, if you will, you'll find somebody to play with here. Guarantee it. I feel so happy that I don't have a team to run. I want to say since 2008, this is probably only the third time I've been at EVO without a team. And usually, day 2 at EVO is the most dramatic because this is where you either find out you're absolutely eliminated from competition or you're moving on to top 8, now top 6. You make top 6, you go into grand stage. You go at the, what is it now? The Michelob Ultra Arena. That's where dreams are made of. So, guaranteed today, you're either crying or you're celebrating, or you're still crying because you're celebrating.
You know, something that happens at EVO every now and then is people find a way to make a competition out of nothing. I still very vividly remember the legendary EVO foot races. I remember there being people just playing rock, paper, scissors for money. Things like that happen all the time. And this EVO, people were playing rock, paper, scissors for a PS5. Yeah, you'll just find that somehow. What more can I say about this man, L.I. Joe? I mean, the guy can fill up an entire arena with just his charisma all by himself. Love the dude to death. And can we talk about the pink suit though? Ooh, absolutely, absolutely. Best dressed all night. Let's go, Joe.
It's fun time.
Yeah.
Even if I went 1-2 my first EVO.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna be upset. I was upset, but I thought I was gonna be upset the entire time. And after that, I just played casuals. I was playing free KI setups. I was playing the Gundam Versus. It was a demo setup, and I was with Bandai at the time. Playing with them. Dragon Ball FighterZ was first playable there. That was the first time. That's one of my main games now. There's always something to do. Vendors, booths, free stuff, casuals, parties. Let me tell you, nerds know how to get down. So if you think that playing games is all about this event, no. Play the games, you get sweaty in the game, not in real life. Please put the deodorant on. You get sweaty in the game, you lose or win, and then you party.
You
Vegas.
take the energy out on the dance floor.
Party your cheeks.
Everything they're showing on each of those big screens is an EVO official title. All of these screens are going on live right now on Twitch, and every single one of them is hoping to make it to that top 6 slot for the main stage tomorrow. It's going to be very dramatic. It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be incredible. Dreams are going to get made or broken. Can't emphasize that enough. I love it. At EVO, God, I can't even name off the top of my head how many official games there are here at EVO, but not every single one of them makes it to the big arena, the Michelob Ultra Arena. There's a couple of them. One of them happened last night, Mortal Kombat. Melty Blood is happening right now, top 6 for Melty Blood. So they're gonna run this bracket through all the way until they have a winner. So for the folks that play Mortal Kombat, for the folks that play Melty Blood, this is their grand stage. This is their magnum opus, if you will. This is where we find out who the EVO champion is for those games. And for Melty Blood, it's happening right now.
Gets caught though with the reversal.
That's it. Moai's got it.
He's got it!
EVO 2023 Type Lumina champion from Japan, Moai. They're letting Aki Oji-san rush the stage.
Let's go!
And this is a player who has been in the hunt for a long time. He has not had that marquee win.
To end on this, one character you want in Tekken 8.
Well, I already got my character in Tekken 8. But if I was to have another character, Kazuya.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. But if I were to have another character, or
It's not even a wish. It's like wishing for Ryu in Street Fighter.
No. I'll say if I had another character, I would like to have Shinpachi because he's cheap as hell.
Chop and tell me why it's.
I'll tell you why it's Bruce.
Yeah.
Now y'all already know why. Y'all already know why.
Those who don't know, of course, it's Bruce.
Of course.
I play the Muay Thai characters. But even though he's not going to make it,
Don't say that. He's speaking.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm honestly.
I spoke into existence in 7.
No, I'm speaking into existence. He's gonna make it. So right now we're at a.
You know who made it? Fucking wrong.
But you liked him at first.
Yeah, until they killed him.
It's a good point.
Bruce is gonna come back. I don't have no worries.
But definitely Bruce. If
he doesn't come back,
I'm definitely hoping that Bruce does come back, so that way y'all see the real Chop. Because this is not the real Chop. I'm struggling. I get my character back, y'all will see the love that I have for the game.
Hell yeah. I love hearing that.
Tekken's always a fun game to watch, especially at an extremely high level. And EVO 2023 Tekken 7 top 6 was absolutely incredible. You saw a first-time EVO attendee break top 6, and you saw an absolute dominant performance from Arslan Ash. I mean, what more can you say about the guy? The literal GOAT of Tekken 7, without question.
What you'll find with a lot of the players here is not only do they have different techniques when it comes to holding their stick or holding their peripherals, but that's precisely it. Not everyone uses the same controller. Not everyone uses the same tool to play the game. Not like it is with PC games where it's mouse, keyboard, that's it, right? And there's variations of that. Here, you can play with an arcade stick, you can play with a console controller, you can play with what they call a leverless controller, the most popular one being a hitbox where it's just buttons. I see people play with a keyboard. It's really up to your personal preference, really up to what you're comfortable with, what you end up vibing with. And I've seen the craziest controllers. A couple of years ago, I've seen a guy using a Guitar Hero controller to play fighting games. And it was the most insane thing ever. I don't know if he's here, but another guy I saw actually cosplayed as a functional arcade stick with a massive like lever like on his back, massive buttons. And I'm like, so what are you gonna do? Just lay out for your buddies for them to play on you? I wish he was here, because it's hilarious. So that's the second time you brought up that you didn't really know anybody, you didn't really have any friends that were in the scene. Have you made a fair amount of them since then and learned from them?
Yes, yeah, I love my scene. It's like, I love ATL. I rep them over anything, before anything else. I'm ATL player first, and I've made a lot of wonderful friends and stuff like that. But yeah, I just was unaware. And then when I got into it, I'm like, oh, y'all are all cool. You know, it's just, you know, I've made some probably lifelong friends at this point.
So this is honestly like I'm getting choked up like talking about it, because like this was like the grand theme that I wanted people at home to really understand, right? Again, this is your very first EVO. You've only been competing seriously since 2018 and have started your goal setting since then.
Yes.
What would you say to somebody that wants to attend EVO for the first time? Not compete, but attend for the first time.
If it's not competing, I would say go out, do what I didn't get to do, and look out and enjoy all the things, the aquarium and stuff like that. You know, drinks, if you're old enough, obviously, to gamble. You know, enjoy all that stuff. Take it in. If you're just absorb the scene. I mean, it's a good event. I unfortunately didn't get to really get into it. You're focused in.
You've been a little busy.
Yeah, you don't get to, and that always kind of sucks. Like you can't catch up with people, but I try the best I can to make the best out of it.
It used to be that they just had like, you know, fighting game arcades, obviously because fighting games are kind of like deeply rooted in the arcade scene, right? But of course we play other things too. So they've expanded their free play arcade section to now have literally anything and everything you can think of that you want to play at an arcade. From rhythm games, racing games, oh hell yeah! This is where I'd find my home. Like if we're talking expertise in games, like rhythm games are my jam. Like all of this I remember seeing it in Japan. California fortunately has a ton of different arcades that have a ton of different rhythm games, but also, oh my God, they really brought every racing game known to man. This is actually wild. That's crazy. That's crazy seeing Project L in the middle of an arcade. But it makes sense, right? The Cannon brothers, again, deeply rooted in the arcade scene. This is home for them.
Being part of the EVO crowd is really something that's the stuff of dreams. I mean, even back when I was still attending for the first time, I'd always wanted to be part of that crowd. I'd always wanted to feel the hype, to feel the energy the crowd exudes just watching people play. And you're seeing that grow more and more now.
You're now probably the most popular quote that everyone loves to replay over and over again when you won
Thank
EVO.
you.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Fighting games is something so great.
Yes, that's exactly I wanna say every time. Yes, fighting game is very great.
You want to say a
Something
little
great.
bit more about that? Like,
Yes.
what makes it so great?
Because so many people, players, they have passion, they love fighting game. I know the player, they already quit because they have job, they have kids, family. But at the time, I know their passion. I don't wanna people forget the history of fighting game. So fighting game is something so great. Fighting games are something so great.
I 100% agree.
EVO's over. EVO has come and passed. And I think that for the very first time in the many, many years that I've attended EVO, I feel like I can honestly say that this is the first one where I really feel like every time I've come home from EVO, it's always felt sad, you know, for obvious reasons. You're out there for a whole weekend with an extended weekend at that, with friends and people you love, you know, just kind of like sharing in the same moments at EVO, you know, kind of like just taking in all the drama together and just all in all having a lot of fun, right? And I did that, you know. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't miss literally everyone at EVO. I do for sure. But I think there was something about this one where I came home and I just felt content. I just felt like my heart was full, you know? I wish I would have been able to reunite with a lot of the same people that I worked with at EVO Geniuses and Echo Fox. Didn't manage to do that, mainly because, again, personally speaking, I'm recovering from a surgery I had last week, and I kind of just like really limited my time to being able to capture content with DashFight, and making sure that I had enough to give them and to give you guys in this video. I would say that was probably the only thing that I regret about this EVO. But again, outside of that, it's made me feel really good about where fighting games and the fighting game community is headed. Really, it really makes me feel good. You know, post Kanyo, I always feel like I want to play more games. In fact, one of the things I ended up buying was the Empress, my new leverless, my new hitbox, if you will. I'm really excited to play Tekken 8. I'm really excited to play Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Oh my god, that's a mouthful. I'm really excited to see where the fighting game community is headed. I think a lot of what you saw, especially with the Marvel community, my god, it was really heartwarming to see the Marvel community come together and deliver. Marvel Finals was incredible. Everything that led up to the finals was incredible. And just about everyone came out of the woodworks to play, and it was amazing. I think that moving forward, you'll see a lot of these communities prepare for something. I don't know what that something is, but based on the feeling I get from everyone and all of the communities within the fighting game community, I feel like everyone feels like this is moving in an upward trajectory. I think that there are more eyes than ever before in the FGC. There's a ton more interest in EVO. I think that there are a lot more people out there that are would-be first-time attendees to EVO that are now thinking to themselves, what do I got to do to get there? You know, are there people around my area that like Street Fighter, like Tekken, I can go to play some sets with and learn from, right? I think we're seeing a lot more of that than ever before. The first time, I would say the first time within the modern era where you saw a massive influx of new players and new interest in fighting games was in Street Fighter 4. You're seeing a lot of that now exponentially more because EVO has been going on for as long as it has and has been producing amazing tournaments, amazing events year after year, and not just with one title. Like, the excitement encompasses more than just Street Fighter, more than just Tekken, more than just Mortal Kombat, etc., etc. And I think that the community understands that. And I think that moving forward, I mean, I don't want to say fighting games is here to stay because fighting games has been here. The FGC, it hasn't gone anywhere. You see esports, the rest of esports floundering, and fighting games has just been on the up and up and up year after year after year. Prepare yourselves. It's gonna be a wild ride. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much, DashFight, for sending me out to EVO and capturing all this stuff for you. I do hope to do it again, and I'll see you guys next time.